Namaste. Hello. I'm Samhith from Akshobhya Foundation. Today's question is very wonderful, and one of my students asked me, "Who am I? Who am I?" Come on. You are asking me, "Who am I?" Or you're asking, you are supposed to ask yourself, "Who are you?" How do I answer, "Who are you?" When you say, "Who am I?" you need to give a thought about this. When you say, "Who am I?" are you your influence? Are you your behaviors? Most of the people, when they refer to "I am this," they think that whatever they behave in a particular situation or in a particular people is what they are. Are you exactly what you are? Are you your behavior? Then the behavior keeps changing. Then you are not static. You are always changing. Then are you your values? Your values have been inculcated over a period of time. If you have cultivated these values over a period of time, then since childhood you are somebody else, and now you become somebody else, and later on you become somebody else. Are you that? Are you the way you think? You think because I am such and such a person, so I am this. That becomes a thought pattern. So it might be influenced. Say, example, your own name. When you were born, you didn't know your name. Your parents gave you that name. After that, it became a habitual pattern. People started calling you with this name all the time. It subconsciously and unconsciously became by-hearted inside you. So anybody calls you with your name, you respond to it. What do you think that is? Is that you? Think about it. And the most funniest part where I've encountered this question is, especially on the fights, petty fights on the roads. So imagine there is a road accident, and after this road accident, there are a number of people who are fighting. And I've heard people telling them, "Hey, look, don't mess with me, huh? You don't know who I am." I seriously wonder who you are. You've really got that answer? Whole of the science, the world of science, whole of spiritual world is seeking for this answer of who I am, who am I? And this person has already got. I was astonished. Very surprising to me. Who am I? It's a huge, deep question. This question was developed by Ramana Maharshi. He made this a technique of inquiring, who am I? Who am I? Who am I? The most important factor that you need to remember is you do not get the answer for who am I. You do not get the answer to who am I. Take a simple example. Imagine there were no mirrors or no water to look at your reflection. There is nothing as an object that can see your reflection. How do you tell how you look like? How does your face look like? Some person will come and tell you that your face is in this and this way. It's a description. But is it exactly your face? He or she might be telling something, you might be imagining something else. Do you really think that facial description is yours? Think about it. It's a deep question that you can think about. Whatever you can think about that you are is not what you are. It is inculcated, developed. Your habitual pattern, your behavior, what you are going through is influential pattern. You've been influenced from the young age till now thinking that you are so and so. The way you behave, the way your body language is, the way you move, the way you walk is all influenced either from your parents, either from your grandparents, either from so many people outside. So who are you? This question is a very deep question that you are supposed to think about. Not that you will get any answer about who are you. It is a journey. The whole of spiritual realization is about knowing who you are. Who am I? You don't get answer to this question. Remember this very well. You search for answers, it is going to become only an idea. You do not search for the answer. Instead, try to make it an experience. The moment it becomes an experience, it does not mean you got an answer, but the question itself dissolves because you know it now. If you do not know, take the same example of that mirror. If you do not know what your reflection looks like, what your face looks like, what would you describe to any person in your life? Somebody asks you, some blind person comes to you and asks you, hey, how do you look like? What would you answer? I don't know what I look like because I cannot see my own reflection. Exactly. Your senses are directed towards outer. How do you look anything that is inward, that is you itself? Now I'm talking about the normal face of a human being. Imagine something that is there inside you, that which you are, which you cannot see, which you cannot perceive. Nobody can look at it and tell you that, okay, you are this. It is your responsibility to look deep within. And there are ways to encounter this. Let me tell you a story. Each one of us have heard stories about Gautam Buddha. This is a very significant story. Gautam Siddhartha Buddha, under the guidance of various gurus, took 6.5 years to realize who he was. And after this, his whole journey of life was to make people realize who they were. And on this journey, his main disciple who helped him was Ananda. Ananda was probably overconfident that since Gautam Siddhartha Buddha was his guru and was always there in his journey, he thought that, okay, it's not necessary that I become enlightened right now. In Kannada, we have this gade, which is called Hitli Gida Maddala, which means the medicine produced in my own house is not a medicine at all to me. It's exactly like that. So Ananda never really understood the value of Buddha when he was alive. But when Buddha died, Buddha was dying and his last words were, be a light unto yourself. Now Ananda is shivering because his whole life he was confident that, okay, today or tomorrow I might get enlightened or I might get to know who am I. Maybe in just 1 day, 2 days, or maybe even now. Because Buddha is always there in my company. Now Buddha has lost, he's tensed, he's worried, his tension is rising from inside. He took these words, last words of Buddha, which Buddha said was, be a light unto yourself. He took this very seriously. He went and took this technique inside himself. He started realizing, inquiring. And in 48 hours, he came out as the next Buddha. He realized who he was. In the same way, we need to ask ourselves, do we really have that much of the burning desire? Then this journey is for you. Let's discover this journey together. Log on to www.akshobhyafoundation.com. Until then, stay tuned.